Alright, after finishing the slab, we take a look at the facade again, because as you can see on the pictures here, there is some kind of special facade here. Here we can see it quite well, because it's kind of angled. That's the back side of the building, and on both sides, on the short sides, it has this angled facade. And to do this, I'm going to show you a little trick in Archicad that not everybody knows. So when I right click here into the gray of the toolbars, I have a toolbar called curtain walls, but that's a custom toolbar. And I know the INT version doesn't have it in default. Other language versions do have it, but in case you don't have it, I just show you how to create a new toolbar. So right click here, go on toolbars, and then you can click on new toolbar here. Give it a name, and then you click on all commands in alphabetical order, for example, and you can search for boundary. That's what we're looking for, because we need these 4 commands: add fill to boundary, extract, redefine, and subtract film from boundary. And these 4 orders you can select and add them to your toolbar, and then you just click on OK. I already have done this, so I right click here and go on curtain walls. So this is the toolbar with the 4 commands, and they do exactly what they are called. You can go into a section, add a fill, a 2D fill, and you can, for example, in this case, redefine the boundary of a curtain wall by the shape of a 2D fill. Okay, we start with the wall on the back side, and we change the height to, let's say, 6 meters. So we have 4 meters of facade height here, and actually we can copy the facade on the front side and say it is 4 meters high, and we draw it from the corner point to the next corner point. And as you can see, because we have the thickness, we have to, we can flip, but then the outside would be inside. That's not what we want to have. We put this point to corner point, and I again copy that, or copy the settings, and draw 10 meters of facade on this side, put it to the corner point again, and I do the same on this side here. That doesn't look correct, but it is. No, it isn't. It should look like this. And now you can see that the 3 corner walls, or curtain walls, sorry, are not connected to each other. I selected all of them, and I right click somewhere, and then you have the option or the command create common frames, and in this case I choose parallel, and now they are connected. They have the same frame. So I have to do 2 things on the both short walls right now, which are changing the angle of the facade and also changing the angle of the wall. First of all, I can use my new palette and change the angle or the shape of the walls, of the curtain walls, of the facade, sorry. And I create a new section to do this. I go into this section, and there we see our side, the short side of the building, and also our curtain wall here. And as I mentioned before, we can use a common fill to create a shape. So that's exactly what I do right now. I draw a fill which looks like this, and then when I select the fill, you see then I have the option to click on redefine boundary from fill, and in the second step I click on the facade or on the curtain wall, and it should look like this. Here maybe I could go into the settings of the curtain wall, like edit and then delete the frame here. I cannot catch the points. Okay, that doesn't look good and it didn't work. But then I could press Ctrl and T, go into the settings and change the size of the corner of the frame. I don't do this right now because I will continue with the other side. Same thing here. I draw a section, go into the section, I draw a fill from that point up to this here and downwards. Click on the fill, click on redefine and click on the curtain wall. And now to change the shape of the standard walls here, we cannot use a command like this because there isn't one, but we can use our standard SEOs, our solid element operations. So I go back into a section and I actually take the fill here, if I can click on it. That's the curtain wall, that's the fill, and I drag and copy it downwards by, let's say, 7 meters. It just makes things easier because I will now create a morph with the exact same shape. Click on morph, press down the spacebar, click on the fill, and I go into 3D and I give the morph a thickness or a three-dimensional shape which is bigger than the complete building, and then I can drag it upwards by 7 meters and now it's on the exact same position. So I click on both of the walls. That should be the target, right click somewhere, of our solid element operations. Now they are chosen as targets and the morph is our operator and the operation is subtraction or subtraction, and then I press on execute. And then I can put the morph on a invisible layer. Usually there is a layer called solid operator, something like this, which is invisible and wireframe by default. So, I didn't put it there. Right now it's there, and we are finished with our angled facade. We are finished with the angled curtain walls. So if we take another look at the pictures, we see that the complete building has this, these openings, which are actually, I think they are windows. You can see this here because this is a photo of the construction site. And in front of the windows are these wooden pillars, which are decoration or sun cover. And it's quite easy to create them on the walls, on the standard walls, but it's really hard to create this on the shell. But actually we can do this, and we are going to do this right now. But before we create this part here, windows and the frames or the wooden pillars in front of it. So our walls are 20 meters long. So I just keep it quite simple, and we are going into the window settings, and we say one window should be 1 meter wide and also 1 meter high, and make sure you have one window with no opening. So go into the opening settings. I don't know why it's in German here, it's the INT version, I don't know, and make sure it doesn't have any kind of opening, and also make sure that you don't have one of the window sills. And click on OK and just place one of the windows inside a wall. Okay, it has window sills, so I go back into the settings and I uncheck both of them, the inside sill and the outside sill. And it you also have this reveal depth, and we will set it back by, let's say, 0.2, 20 centimeters, because as you can see on the picture, the windows are laying behind a little bit, and the wooden facade in front of it, it's on the same position as the normal facade or the normal wall, or in this case the wood cladding of the wall. So this is actually how one of our windows should look like, and now I can just drag it to its end position, which should be maybe here. And then I go into the multiply settings and I say spread, drag, spread, and the spacing is 1 meter because our window is 1 meter wide, and I just multiply the windows 20 times here, and I'm done. And I do the exact same thing here. Drag it down to the same position, drag it to the corner point, and go into multiply, spread it by 1 meter. And do the same thing here again. And we're done.